We're recording? Okay, we're recording.
All right. What's going on, you guys? With you guys to another One Take podcast. No, it's been a minute, but we all back together again. Got Legit Anime and Prime Hokage here with me. It is July 6th, and we got a pretty big show because we got to talk about a few subjects that we missed over the past couple of weeks. But this should be a very entertaining show. First things first, we want to start off with something we all been waiting to talk about. We were supposed to talk about it last time we was all together, but I hadn't seen it yet, and that's the Dave Chappelle special 846. Gotta know what y'all thought about this because I know y'all been dying to let me know exactly what it was for y'all.
Can I go first, please?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. So there's for those of you who haven't seen it, this is all spoilers because I'm going to reference this many times. There's a point in the show. If you've never seen Dave Chappelle, he is probably one of the best storytellers, not just comedic wise, but in business. Like, he's one of the best storytellers because, like, he'll drop a nugget for something, right? Talking about how afraid George Floyd was and called out for his dead mother, right? And then he told this whole story about how he was in this apartment and the earthquake hit, and it couldn't have lasted any more than, I think he said, like 8 to 10 seconds. But talked about how that was the most afraid he was in his life. And I thought that was a perfect way for people to relate to. Because I thought about the moment in time I was the most afraid for my life. I had hydroplaned in Bernice going down to Dee and Jamie's house. And my car had slid off the road. I was by myself going down. Now speeding, because I've driven down that road hundreds of times. And there's a light pole on the way down there. And I was probably doing 55, 60. It had just rained. My car slid off the road, and my car was headed for that light pole on the driver's side. Most terrified I've ever been in my life. Couldn't have lasted any more than 10, 15 seconds. You know, I swerve and I'm doing my thing. And then Dave Chappelle says he was scared for 8 to 10 seconds. This man was afraid and pleading for his life for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I could not imagine if you took my scenario, where I was most afraid in my life, and made that last for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I'd have died. I'd have had a heart attack. I'd have died of fear and shock, right? So I thought that was a brilliant way for people to think about the moment they were most afraid in their life. Because it often doesn't last that long, right? It's a few seconds, a minute maybe, right? And he talked about how this man saw his life flash before his eyes and how he called out for his dead mother, right? And that made me think about my father who recently passed, you know, because you were there, how he was seeing and calling out for dead people in the twilight, his life, right? You know, and so like that little story he told resonated with me a lot, right? So just think about that from a human standpoint. Right? Think about the most afraid you've ever been, and there's somebody who is imposing this on you, right? Dave Chappelle's instance, right, was just Mother Nature doing his thing. My instance was nobody's fault. I mean, not even really my own. Like, I was driving, shouldn't have maybe been driving that fast, but like, no one put that fear on me. Like, I was still in control of my point, but George Floyd wasn't. And I thought Dave Chappelle did a great job of like bringing that full circle, because we've all probably had moments, whether we were young or adults, where it's like, I'm afraid for my life. They didn't last that long, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I can't imagine. Like, I can't even comprehend what it would have been like to be in that car, swirling toward that light pole, and what I thought was like, I'm finna be hurt. Like, I don't know if I'm going to die, but I know this is going to hurt. What if no one found, like, you know, 1,000 things go through my at that time. And it was only 15, 20 seconds. Couldn't imagine if it was 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That really resonated.
So actually,
go ahead.
I want to jump off of that one because literally that was the most memorable part, obviously, of the entire show. I'm just going off that because for me it hits. I got two examples. Actually, one is almost the exact same scenario. Truck, hydroplane. I don't know if you remember when our truck got messed up a couple years back. But to me, it was a bit more than just. I've always heard the phrase that whenever, you know, something's happening, adrenaline actually hits you. I've only ever had this true adrenaline probably twice in my life. One was during this accident that I'm mentioning. Truck hydroplaned, and I was actually going on a curve, going from Bernice to Ruston, right on those two double bridges. As soon as you pass that curve, but I was heading from Ruston to Bernice. So on that curve, my truck hydroplanes, and I'm going 60 miles an hour. There's a couple of tornadoes happening in Farmerville at the time, so the weather was bad everywhere. Literally, the truck starts turning, and I start facing the wall of mud and trees. So the front of the truck is facing that way. I'm trying to steer the truck to try and make sure it doesn't hit. Truck's above on water. It's not touching anything. Too late. Before I even get the first turn fully done, the truck gets traction, rams straight into the wall, and then it spins. Total, two 360s and a 180 for the truck. At that moment, everything just instantly slowed down. Like, I know I wasn't looking at the back of the truck. I was looking forward, trying to control what was happening. But those few seconds felt like they lasted for fucking ever. Like, I could see things flying. I became super aware of everything going on around me. And I was like, fuck, this could be it. What made it worse was that I had a cast on my hand at the time from when I messed up my fingers. So it was hard for me even to gain control at that time. But yes, the entire hit, everything that was happening, slow motion. And that was just a few seconds. Imagine if you had that same adrenaline running and those few seconds felt like an eternity. I can't imagine how long even a minute like that would have felt. That was the first. That's the most recent example I can give. The second example I can give is whenever I was actually, I want to say I was 13, 12, my first trip to Mexico. And new country, I don't know what the deal is over there, but I was walking around the plaza, the center of the town, minding my own business, right? And I've been warned a million times that if you're going somewhere and you're foreign, to be careful because things don't necessarily things happen. You might get in trouble. Someone might just try and kidnap you. Someone had recently been kidnapped. So anyway, those things were going in my mind. As I was walking around the plaza, there's a guy who basically recognized me. I don't know how he recognized me, but he starts following me. And I didn't realize this except the fact that I went to go get ice cream and then I went to go visit my aunt. And then I was fixing to leave. As I was leaving, I noticed that he was at the ice cream store and he was at the store where my aunt was the entire time. I'm like, wait, so this guy was at both places where I was. I was like, so I got a little paranoid. Whatever. I walked to the opposite side, going the opposite direction of where I was supposed to go. Next thing you know, he's there too. A little bit of panic just starts kind of ringing in my heart at that time. A little bit of panic. So I know that my aunt is gone. I have my cousin who works at I guess you call it the town hall, which is attached to the plaza. I started walking to there. I was hoping she was working. I didn't know if she was working or not. I walk in there. I start circling the place looking for her. Next thing you know, I see the guy. I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll go to the second floor where there's a lot more people. He won't dare do anything there, right? And plus, I'm in town hall. Like, this place is, 2 stories, a bunch of people inside. There's no way he would try and do anything. I go up. I start walking around again looking for my cousin. Next thing you know, the guy, I see him walk, and he started to chase me. This is not anything in general. Like, I noticed he starts coming after me. Like, no, not like running or sprinting, but he was effortlessly coming after me. I started freaking, panicking. I literally am on the opposite side where the stairs are at. I'm trying to run all the way around. He runs the opposite way. I go down the stairs. He grabs me. At that moment, I literally was having a mini panic attack. I have no clue who the fuck this guy is. I have no clue what's going on. The only saving grace, again, me being ignorant, me being 12, 13 years old, not knowing what the fuck is going on, I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I was fortunate enough to find out that it was a prank. The guy was one of my dad's best friends growing up, but I never met him.
That's the worst prank ever to play on a child.
Thank you.
Have you never seen Taken? That's not funny.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Like, for me, that's what it was. Like, it freaked me out because he was following me around everywhere. And I literally had no clue who this guy was. He said, I met him when I was a kid. I was 2. I'm not going to remember him. What the fuck?
Because could you imagine if they sent Uncle Blundy out after us?
I was just finna say it. Fuck no. Still don't fuck with Blundy like that.
So to me, that was the thing. Like, those are the 2 times when I literally could say that adrenaline felt like, again, that chase, it happened within a span of a couple minutes. To me, it didn't feel like that at all. I feel like it went on all day because, again, I became aware of everything. I couldn't even, I found my cousin near the end. That's because I got lucky and she ended up being there after all and she told me who it was. To this day, I still don't trust the guy.
Yeah, that's pretty. You got PTSD from that shit.
We can.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, trust me, definitely.
It hits hard, and it basically goes back to the message. Like, if you were that scared, and that's the thing is, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, with the accident, I didn't know what was going to happen. With this, I didn't know what was going to happen. The issue was that this man knew he was going to die. He knew it. And to me, that makes it even scarier thought than not knowing what's going to happen because you know what's happening next. And depending on how you perceive death, I mean, like, that's some scary shit. But the last thing I want to mention about Dave Chappelle is great storyteller. I like the way he's able to make references, but I will say he called it. He called all this shit for years. He's probably been the most active, vocal person about this subject there is as far as comedy or anything in general. That's about it.
All right. So listen, here's my thing with the special is because couple things. One, I didn't know that's what it was. I thought it was an actual comedy special. And there are a couple moments in there where you chuckle, but like that's definitely it was serious the whole fucking time. I was just kind of wondering, like, do these people pay for this? Because I'm pretty sure they thought they were coming to see catch some jokes and shit. But like that's definitely not what you got. Like he in here basically preaching a whole sermon. Here's another thing about the whole situation. I still, to this day, have not ever seen a George Floyd video. So the reason when I'm looking at it and it's called 846, I don't know why it's called 846. So once I press play and I start hearing, I'm like, you mean to tell me this motherfucker choked him for 8 minutes and 46 seconds? Like, I couldn't imagine. I've been in, like, you can't even sit in a car in the sun without an AC for 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Damn, they go that in. Somebody like pressed against your neck. I've seen the image, but like I've never seen any footage at all. I've only seen like one picture still of it, and that's it. So him talking about it and just bringing everything into perspective, like whole stuff with COVID, the whole stuff where the officer kind of like got onto his partner and then he ended up getting fired from the LAPD. I think it was LAPD, and then ended up killing some other cops. Then had all those cops after him because like they felt like, hey, okay, this guy killed one of us. We have to get him. And so the reason the thing that bothers me so much is why. And I think he perfectly put him into perspective. Like, how do y'all not understand why the fuck all those black people are fucking pissed off when you kill one of ours, and not even one of ours. It's happened so many times. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm just the guy. I'm the guy who's kind of like, I'm appreciative of like the awareness that's happening now, but I'm also kind of like, God damn, do y'all really mean to tell me this is the first time y'all have ever realized this shit happened? This is the first fucking time you've heard stories. All the other times you not believe it, the times with the other times you seen it on camera, motherfucker get murdered. This is the only time y'all actually think, or is it now now's the final straw? It should have been a final straw ages ago, but like he kind of like pretty much like tells that whole thing, and I'm just like, what? I don't understand people. I don't understand the country. How can you not comprehend why the fuck people are mad? Like it should be obvious, but you know.
The issue is it's systemic.
Right, because you make a good point. I want to acknowledge this first. I'd have been hella mad if I paid that money to see Dave Chappelle.
Oh, fucking pissed.
And he got up there and said, no jokes. I'm out here in this pandemic. Trying to get some laughs. You up there serious and preaching. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. But
Man.
you're right though. Like it's so confusing how they don't see it. Like you're right. When any person, white, black, Mexican, Asian, Blasian, Mexican, kills a cop, they in it. Like they lock arms. We got to get him. We got to and more times than not, you kill a cop, you end up dead. You're not getting no trouble.
Yeah, you ain't going no fucking. They killing you.
Right. It is. It's so confusing how they don't understand. Like you guys have been, for no reason whatsoever, killing black people since we've been in this country, right? You know, and I think people are shocked. We're like, it's 2020. Like, you know, we have all these anti-segregation laws, and black people can do this, and black people can do this, and it's funny, not funny, but I saw a quote today from Will Smith, y'all boy, and he said, "Racism isn't getting worse; it's getting filmed."
Yep.
We're in a world now where it's like black people can show the world what's happened. It's not these localized regional events, because let's be real, if something like that happens in Bernice 20 years ago, it probably only makes it to Monroe News, if it makes it that far. And it's probably a little 10 to 20-second clip. Oh, whatever. Nobody makes a big fuss about it. But when you got people who have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of millions of followers, or whatever the case may be, and you put this stuff on social media, it takes no time for it to get there. Now I agree with you, right? Like as all men of color, we've seen this, we've experienced this stuff. This stuff has been happening since before we've been on the planet. Now, for whatever reason, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm appreciative of, because I try to keep in my mindset, be appreciative, better late than never, right? Because George Floyd could have easily been one of us.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's what bothers me the most, right? Like Fred, you know, we even you, cuz like we're none of us live in Bernice anymore, where everybody knows who we are, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're in these cities now, and all it takes is one white person for us to be in the wrong spot, and they just don't want us there because of the color of our skin. And the next thing we know, our lives are in danger because we decided to go to this park or this gas station or this ice cream parlor or whatever the case may be, right? And so for me, like that's the part that bothers, because I kind of been the same way. Like, you know, these black men dying, I'm just like, that's black in America. You know, I think even as a black man, I kind of got to the point, I don't want to say accepted it, but maybe numb to it, or like it's our lives, right? It's
Realism sunk in.
It's realism. Like it's a part of being a black man in America. We just kind of accept the fact, and we kind of tiptoe the line when we're in all white environment or all white. We kind of walk that line. But I'm glad that it's happening. I'm glad change is happening. But you're right, Fred. It's systemic, right? Like white people for years have benefited from, you know, laws and policies from local, state, and federal levels to where they didn't have to see it. They didn't have to notice it, right? Like they live in their all white neighborhoods. They watch their all white TV shows, right? Like they have no black friends. They're not a part of any black community, right? Like they tend to appropriate a lot of our culture and other cultures for their own liking, but they don't know what it's like. They have no idea what it's like. It's like you listen to a lot of black comedians, right? Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, who pick one, and they tell these stories about being black, having that uncle who got out of prison, or that aunt who bakes, or whatever the case may be. Like these are all commonalities that black people can relate to, right? Growing up in the streets, eating bologna sandwiches, eating mayonnaise sandwiches, right? All these things.
Yeah.
I worked at a job a couple of years ago. I was the one of only black person, and another black person started working there, and they brought some hot water cornbread. We just call it cornbread, but hot water cornbread to lunch. Like they ate it for lunch. None of the white people knew what it was. They had no idea what that cylinder-shaped thing.
Yeah.
And I remember us going around and asking every time. Well, there was only a few of us there, but I remember when someone else would show up to the office or get hired, we would ask them, "Do you know what hot water cornbread is?" And I'm not making this up. Their response was the same every time. Hot water, corn. And it's like that's a staple in the Southern black. I just know from like the South in our family. Like that's in Southern black houses, just like the tortilla is for y'all, Fred. Like we eat it with a lot of meals, like a whole.
Yeah.
And the fact that like these white people had no clue what it was, and it's just I'm just using that as an example to be like, in order to understand the black pain and the black problem, you got to want to know. You got to get in there. You got
exactly.
Right. You got to try your best to understand and ask questions without being offensive. And then at the same time, like black people, we got to kind of have a little bit of patience because if some white people are trying to understand, I think some of the questions they ask may come off as offensive. But if it comes from the right place and they're trying to understand, like, shit, we didn't know that when you get pulled over, it's the whole thing. Because there was the coach of the Longhorns in Austin. He had made a Twitter post talking about when he gets pulled over, he sees the lights flashing behind him. All he's worried about is, damn, how much is this ticket gonna be? But he said his black friends are like, am I gonna make it home tonight?
Yeah.
Right. Make sure I got my hands on the wheel. I'm looking at him because yes sir, no sir, making sure you're doing all these things right so that I can just make it home. The least of my best case scenario, I get a ticket and I get to go home safely. He doesn't actually my car. I don't get put in handcuffs. Like best case scenario, I get a $200-$300 ticket and I pay it an hour. Like that's the best case scenario. Because like it's not often like I'm thinking about getting let off or you know what I mean. Oftentimes we ask to step outside of our vehicle. All these questions. Why are you over here? All this other stuff. White people have no idea what their world is like.
Bro, it's just like a natural feeling of like for a black person, most of the time a black person see a cop, bro, it's just an uneasiness that comes across. Bro, for my birthday, I promise you God, we was out, they threw me a surprise party, you know what I'm saying? We all out here chilling. I know no polices ever. When I tell you ever, since I've been here for about a year and a half, 2 years, how long I've been here, never come down this street. We all out there posted in the front yard. 2 cops go down the street. We immediately look at each other like, yo, something ain't right. Like, something ain't right. Like, this is never, absolutely never happened. So, just so happened they was parked on some people's yard they were supposed to. And I feel like the only way that shit got resolved easily is because one of the girls with us was a DA. So she knew the cops.
Oh.
Only way. All of us were kind of just like, fuck. Like this whole mood it's like, dude, I'm telling you, the party was great. Everybody was smiling. Seeing the cops roll down the street, it's straight black people and my one white partner, Devin. Other than that, we just all just kind of like, fuck. Cause we all knew, like the people living like, bro, we've never seen no cops ever on this street. Like,
I mean, the street you live on is basically like on the side. There was no reason for a cop to go by there unless they're going there.
And both of them rolled out just like, and like people don't, and like Devin was kind of like, I'm like, he's definitely one of those people. Devin's white. He's definitely one of those people who is definitely learning and understanding. Like, damn, like he'll text me it wasn't even. It was before George Floyd. I think it was Ahmaud.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
Ahmaud Arbery.
When that stuff happened to him, like Devin just texted me. He just like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, if anything I could do, I hate that you have to go through this. Or, you know what I'm saying? I hate that you have to live your life and feel like people. And like I said, there's people like him who want to understand, and there's some people who just kind of like, for what? What do I need to learn about this for?
Right.
Like, this ain't got nothing to do with me.
See, I'm not trying to make this too nerdy, but actually, before the video started, I mentioned that my wife and I were catching up on Naruto. One of my favorite quotes is actually from Itachi, and it actually summarizes the difference between how people see their lives. So, and I know I've said this quote to multiple different people, and they've taken it in multiple different ways. That's how I know where they kind of stand. The quote is, "Knowledge and awareness are vague, and perhaps better called illusions. Everyone within their own subjective interpretation." So basically, everyone lives in what they perceive as reality, even though that might not actually be the actual reality. So I don't say it word for word. I usually submit it saying that everybody has their own personal reality, and then depending on their reaction, which I've told one certain person this, and she commented, "It's just reality. It's what it is. I mean, like, it's no big deal." And then that's when I start hitting things that she's not aware of, and like, I'm not sure about that. So you could tell that I'm not saying that white privilege is real, but basically there is a benefit and there is a privilege to having
Oh,
a
it's
different
definitely.
skin,
It's
having a
real.
different skin. Yeah, exactly. Having a different skin tone that you don't have to worry about certain things.
And sir, there are certain people in the older generation who just don't understand that. But like I said, in a lot of these cases, there it's all up to people to learn. And me personally, I do think the generation that's coming up after us, the generation of white people coming up after us, are more in tune to like. Eventually, I ain't gonna say it'll never be completely gone, but I do think it'll slowly get better. Now, I'm gonna be real. I'm not the person who thinks, okay, what we doing now is great, and that's setting up for the next generation. I don't think what we might get to see is gonna be the result of what's happening now. You know what I'm saying? I think it might even be beyond that. Like a lot of people think it's just gonna happen in like a year or the next 5.
It's
Definitely
not.
not gonna be that. It's gonna be a while before this shit.
The issue is it's a system. It's from the ground up.
It's
From
a
the ground up mentality. Studies have shown that once you're past the age of 8, your personality is set in. That means if your personality is based around, because you like, I love what Dave Chappelle said. You never see a racist baby. Have you ever seen a racist baby? No. This is
built. It's built.
it's built
Yeah.
up. It's made. It's there's no way we can combat this during our lifetime. And I hate to say that, but it's true. We can be able to make it better, but it won't necessarily be the end result we need, like you're mentioning.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, huh?
we both have kids under the age of 8.
Exactly.
We go out in public. My kids will wave at everybody. Black,
Exactly.
Mexican, young, old, babies, grandmas. They don't care. They don't see it. That's a bias that parents put on their children. Like, you so seeing that, like, you're not gonna make me believe that you're born with that hate. That ain't something.
Exactly.
That's not. I mean, because children in general are very loving, nurturing things. Like, they're not hateful. I mean, they have a survival thing. Like, of course, my 2 kids fight. Like, that's what they do, right? Like, they're still animals, right? Like, they have the survival mechanism. But that stuff is built in. And you're right, it's a systematic thing, because like I don't think we'll see it. It'll be generations and generations from now, I hope, right? Like, maybe not even my kids will see it. Maybe their kids will get to benefit. And maybe not even that far. But I was talking with my wife today, and we kind of made the joke about white people and why they're so afraid, right? Like, for like how you look at this in this country, white people, like, they hate the Chinese, the Asians, the Indians, the Black people, Mexicans, Japanese.
They're afraid because they know change is coming.
They hate them all, and it's like, why? Like, why do you hate all these people of color? And I made the joke. I was like, because they've persecuted all of these races at one point or another through human history for some reason, right? And I think that, like, as time goes on and people become more woke, right? Like, they start to realize things. Those people who have that mindset of, like, I don't know, white pride or white nationalism or whatever, Aryan, whatever you want to call it, they start to realize, like, well, wait, I think there are more of these people than there are of us, right? And I think I've seen numbers, right, that, 2030, 2040, 2050, right? The
Mm-hmm.
majority of America, the majority will become the minority, and the minorities become the majority, right? There'll be more people of color in the United States. And for whatever reason, like, that scares white people. Like, the people of color who start to rise up were like, well, white people, I'm not saying you should be scared, but we all bleed the same, right? Same DNA, same tears and all this stuff. Like, yeah, you did a lot of wrong things to a lot of different cultures throughout human history. But, like, right now, we're just trying to there was a quote I saw, I think it was on Black Reddit, where the lady said, the majority of Black people in this country aren't asking for a handout. Like, you're confusing equality with a handout. We're asking, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact quote. She said, we're asking that when we throw our resume into a pool for a job and you see that our name is ethnic, but we meet the qualifications, you throw us out because my name doesn't fit what you want it to be, right? I'm asking to be considered for this job based on my skill set, not my name. I'm asking for my ideas to be heard and not dismissed because I'm Black. We are asking for equality, to stand on the same ground. Like, I don't want this whole police reform to be based on like, okay, like, let's just give them what they want. Because if the mindset doesn't change, nothing changes, right? I'm still going to be nervous when a cop pulls me over. I'm still going to be afraid for my kids and my son. Like, I'm still going to have to talk about being a Black man with my son.
Yeah.
We don't want a handout. We need equality. Like, I need to be able to get the same job or the same equal consideration that the white guy gets or that the white chick gets. That's what we're asking for. Like, don't confuse this with like, oh, just do this to shut us up or to get us to comply or compromise. Like, no, like, we're asking for the same treatments that you give those people who have the same skin color.
See, it goes even more basic than that. Like, it goes down to just asking to be treated the same, not just at a work or job level, but basically at a don't shoot me level. Because if you've noticed the protest, the people who are getting arrested are all Black or Mexican. They're all colored. All the one people. Again, I've been following this like very closely. Like, I'm not following it through the news. I'm following it from accounts from people that are actually going out there.
Like, the majority of people I've seen getting harassed and beat up and knocked over by the police have been white.
Knocked over, and yes, I'm not saying they don't get hit. What I'm saying is arrested. The people that are mostly getting arrested, I've seen.
Because if you look at some of the news, like, they released a lot of the arrest reports and like names and ethnicity. It's a fair amount of young white people being arrested. And I think the reason of it is because I don't want to use the term white privilege, but that's what it is. Like, white people have the audacity to do or say things that we don't. To act that way in front of a cop, to be outspoken and yell and cuss at a cop. I would never do that.
Oh, fuck no.
No.
I would never, I would, even if I know, and this is sad, right? But this is to give y'all what it is as a Black man in America. Even though I would know that this cop is lying or is wrong, like based off facts, because of the color of my skin, I would never question it. I would, yes, sir, yes, sir. Because if that's going to get me out of that with my life, that's what I'm going to do. And white people, these white women and white dudes, like, the things you see them say and do to cops blows my mind. Like, did she just
I can't.
Did she just poke him with, man, could you?
Dude, they run, like, and some of the other protesters run up with a gun to them.
Even lifting your hand up to a cop.
It's a weapon. They assume it's a weapon. Bitch, I ain't even in my pocket.
I feel like,
shoot me for pointing at you.
All you would do is and that would be it. That would be how you die. But white people have this because they don't have this fear that they're taught, right? To like fear the police or like fear these policing types of ways.
They have no reason to be.
They have no reason to. They're not taught to be that way when we are. So it's like seeing these white people, the things that they have, even with the whole mask situation, a lot of these white people throwing these fits about wearing these masks in these stores and whatnot. I wouldn't dare. Even if I didn't agree, like, I do agree with wearing a mask, but even if I didn't and I felt strongly about it, I would do so quietly at home.
So shit, you're like, I can't say that.
I'm not gonna go to Home Depot and throw a fit and cough and spit in people's faces.
Motherfucker, police getting called.
Yes, they are. They're going to classify that as assault with deadly weapon because of the coronavirus right now.
Yeah, I'm out here getting.
No,
I ain't getting shot for coughing.
They drawing that weapon.
You got me, man. Hell no.
Actually, I got the best example of this. Like, there was another case. I forgot his name, but basically, there's the guy who was complying. He was drunk. He pulled over. The cops came to arrest him, and he was complying because again, they were saying, "Oh, he grabbed a taser and he shot the taser back at the officer," right? So that was a whole different story, different scenario.
Did he do that? I saw that. Did he actually grab the taser and shoot at?
Yes, after the taser had already been shot at him twice,
Listen.
and they shot him with a gun.
There are a lot of things you shouldn't be doing. Right. Listen, black, white, I don't care who you are. If you should not be trying to grab the taser of a police officer. Like,
There's a lot more to the story.
I'm not justifying shooting this man, but him grabbing the taser and then taking said taser and shooting it at the police officer, probably not the smartest decision he's ever made.
Yeah, definitely not smart. Probably,
no, definitely. I agree with that point for sure. But I'm going with this. Like, basically, the full story went like this. At first, he was complying completely. But again, he was just pulled over, and he was drunk, but he wasn't drinking anything. He pulled over because he was drinking and driving. So he actually pulled over to be responsible. Someone called the cops on him because of the fact that he was drunk and driving.
Wait. Fred, if he's trying to be responsible, he wouldn't have got in the car drunk.
In the car, exactly.
Never got in the damn car.
I know. I'm going off the reports that I got. But
He
anyway,
over because he got caught.
You better call your Uber, man.
Right.
You get into an Uber drunk as fuck. It don't matter.
no, the thing is, the cops pulled up when he was already parked.
Okay.
He'd already been parked for a while. The cops didn't pull him over. He was already parked. And he was parked in a parking spot. The cops ended up coming in to basically get him. Anyway, at that point, long story short, tussle happens. The cops end up tasing him. And this is after a few minutes of already happening. And yes, the cops had already tried to tase him. I think the first shot missed. The second one hit. At that point, there was two officers. He tried to run away, and he tried to shoot the taser back at him, and then he got shot. The point I'm putting across is this: whenever the cops shot the taser, they didn't count that as attacking someone with a lethal weapon. But whenever he shot the taser at the cop, which, by the way, the cop already knew was empty at this point. The cop was aware that only had two shots, and both had already been used. Whenever he grabbed the taser, it was classified as assault with a lethal weapon. Even though whenever the report was filed in that he attacked the guy in the car with a taser, it wasn't classified as a lethal weapon. But then all of a sudden he gets it, then it was.
I don't know about that one. It's a lot of gray area in that one. Like you draw.
No, there is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he was in the right at all. I'm not saying it at all. What I am saying is there's always that bias. There's always that different thing of the system going against you. And that's the point that I'm going at.
I wanna end this on this note. I don't know.
Yeah, because we got a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I've never been tased. I find it very interesting at how many people get tased and keep going.
Agreed.
Like the I don't know if you saw the boy and the girl who was driving through a protest, like they weren't a part of the protest, and the cars like broke the windows and tased both of them. Did you see that video?
I saw the video. It's just crazy. But
like they tased both of these people, and it's like they weren't fake. Like they got tased by like 2 or 3 cops, like 2 or 3 tasers. And I was like, I've never been tased, nor do I want to be tased, but I've been electrocuted before.
yeah. Ooh, not fun.
It's not fun. I don't know how. Maybe because your adrenaline pumping, you don't feel it. But I don't know how you get tased and you just keep going. Like you keep fighting. Because in my mind, if I to the point where I get tased, I feel like in my mind, the next step is they hit me with more tasers. And then if that doesn't work, I get a bullet.
No, I feel like if you get tased and you just say down, next up is the bullet. I don't even think there's going to be more tasers. I think you just need to stop right then and there. That's my mindset. I just need to stop right then and there. If I get tased once, I need to just, I'm down, because I'm going to get shot next.
Yeah, I'm probably getting shot. I don't get shot first. I ain't taser. I'm 100% sure they ain't. Like that's a big one right there. We gotta put them down. Taser. Gotta pull a bullet in it.
Man, just thinking about that electricity just gets my mouth, just that metal taste right now. I remember that shit.
Cause you were there when I got electrocuted.
Yeah, you hit that fence.
Yeah, shit up. Okay, so that was a That's gonna might be a clip all by itself. Next thing we got up is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 61.
Okay, I might as well just start this one real quick. I'll let you go last, Moses. I know you love this.
Brother. Go ahead, bro.
Wait a minute. This is Vegeta's
yeah.
power siphon. I forget the name of the technique.
Spirit fission.
So first of all, I love the idea that Goku learned fusion and Vegeta learned fission. It's just scientific nerd kind of Dawson. It's cool.
I noticed that too.
So because one gets the ability to combine, one gets the ability to separate, etc., whatever. But I do like how that kind of played on each other. Going off what happened with Vegeta, first of all, it's about time he got new abilities. He deserves some more praise, to being completely honest, even though I'm a Goku fan or a Vegeta fan. Second, I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen somehow, some form or fashion, because it's as long as Dragon Ball has been around, it's always been something happens to where Goku can't finish him off, or Goku's not there to finish him off. All of a sudden, Goku's the one who gives the final blow. It's happened in all of Dragon Ball from the beginning. So I thought, is this going to be different, or is it going to go? I was still kind of leaning on the mindset of it's probably going to go that way. But as far as his techniques, really cool. I liked how it was set. He lost this chance, unfortunately, to win like right then and there. I'm not saying he's completely after the count, but I think what's going to have to happen, in my opinion, one of a couple of things might have to happen. They're going to have to use both techniques somehow or form or fashion. Fusion with fission, which I don't think is going to happen because Moro is no longer a combined being, and I think they would go against their pride. Cool to see, but I don't think it's going to happen. Or they're going to have to find a way to work together, Goku with his new Ultra Instinct power and timing it with Vegeta in order to get him down. The way they kind of Goku and Frieza fought together with Jiren at the end to kind of get him down. That's how I personally believe it's going to end, because I feel they're going more towards that angle than Goku going Ultra Instinct and winning. That's me personal, my thoughts. Really cool idea. That's about it.
Let me hop in here. So y'all know your boy was upset that Vegeta was about to trump Goku.
I know the feeling.
Y'all know the boy was mad. And then I read the manga, and I was just like, and maybe this was my fault. I'm not going to say that. And a part of social media's fault. The build up to this was, I'm going to go out on the limb and say one of the biggest build-ups in Dragon Ball history, right?
Yes.
It's probably bigger than the build. I think it's about the feeling bigger than the build up to Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. Like the build up for this was pretty crazy. And I'm gonna say this: if I was mainly a Vegeta fan, I'd be pissed. Vegeta shows up and he's doing this fight and he's doing this thing, and you see Moro getting slower and losing more power. But I think maybe for me, I'm thinking it was gonna be a new transformation or something, and it wasn't. And then like Vegeta goes through all of that just for Moro to be stronger than he was than when Vegeta started the fight. Like he went from being happy that Vegeta, this is bullshit. This new power, I guess, is great. It would have worked again. It would have been super helpful against like Sale, maybe Boo. Like I guess all of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have worked against Boo, but
it would have worked. I think it would have worked against Boo, but it would have brought Kid Boo faster.
It would have brought Kid Boo. You'd have lost quicker.
Yeah. Hey, actually, I was. By the way, I'm taking this back. I was wrong. Moro is now a combined being because he combined with 6'6". Just he's not organic, so they might fuse. Go ahead, sorry.
But like, if I'm low key kind of pissed off because I was like, but I'm pissed off for the wrong reasons. I wanted Vegeta to go ahead and get his shine so we can get back to Goku time. Don't give Vegeta this moment so we can get back to Goku time.
What is wrong with y'all?
The manga with Goku being weird, Goku was excited that Vegeta had surpassed him because now he has a new bar to climb over.
Oh my gosh.
Which Goku is going to do. So I'll be honest with you, I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know if I want fusion. Like I'm still on the fence of like, do I want a new transformation? Do we get Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito, Gogeta. Like, do we get a fusion? Goku go Ultra Instinct? Do I want that again? Even as a Goku fan, I don't know if I want Master Ultra Instinct. I don't think I want to see that again so soon. Like, I've seen it, what it can do. Do I want Goku to eventually master it? Yeah, I guess so. But I don't think I want to see it again. Am I proud Vegeta? Like, we have a new tool in the toolbox for the Z Fighters. Yes. Is this really that great of a tool? No. I feel like they wasted a moment for Vegeta. Now, who knows? Who knows what the next chapter will be? Maybe there's more to this power, because I know there's a lot of speculation that this isn't just it. Like, this isn't all that Vegeta learned. But from chapter 6 and 1, it seems like it is. It seems like that is all he learned. And I feel like you had a great opportunity to have Vegeta go to Yard Rat and like really learn something. But I think they even gave more homage to Goku. Like, oh yeah, Goku's like, yeah, I knew about that. I just didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't learn. Like, to me, that's even more of a spit in the face as in Vegeta. Like, Vegeta could have done more there. You know what I mean? Like, this was a wasted opportunity. Like, I think deep down I wanted Vegeta to have a moment, because I think in the end I love Dragon Ball Z, and I would have been excited either way it goes. When Vegeta showed up to fight second form Cell, he had the new form. I was pumped.
Yeah.
I'm not a Vegeta fan. When Vegeta went to go fight Fat Boo, and it looked like he had him beat, and then he did the explosion thing, and I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of the Boo saga, and I was like, Vegeta went out like a G. Like, you know, he did it. Like, I have my moments when Vegeta shows up to help Goku fight Boo. Like, I do like Dragon Ball.
Android 19.
Android 19. I do feel like it was
favorite intro for Vegeta.
A waste of Vegeta. Like, I feel like they could have done so much more with that moment. So I'm rambling. We'll see how. Cuz, let me know what you think.
Okay.
We already know.
No. Listen, because I gotta say this. I initially was pissed. If you see my reaction vid, you see I was pretty fucking pissed. Because I'm like, why would you do this? Like, my whole thing was like, you can do it. I understand you probably gonna fuck over Vegeta. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much what you do. But why would you do it this chapter? That was my big thing. I'm like, why would you do it this chapter? The fans have been like, listen, the chapter released 2 days early. I guess because people couldn't fucking wait for it. So they released it 2 days early. So I'm like, yo. So the new technique, I'm like, okay, it's cool. Me personally, I'm like, it's cool, but it only works for certain people, certain, you know, against certain others. It wouldn't necessarily do its job. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have that much effect. So to me, there has to be something more. So the fight's going on, and if we really think about it, and why I don't think it's definitely not over for Vegeta. There's a couple of reasons why I say that. One, only reason Vegeta was able to actually, this technique was able to work in the beginning was because Moro was underestimating him, and Vegeta was able to like punch him. So apparently you have to actually be touching a person for the technique to work. So, and we see by the end of the chapter, I'm pretty sure Moro didn't take that. He just gone ahead and knocked Vegeta out, which I'm pretty sure he could have did when Vegeta first arrived. So the chapter goes on. I'm loving it. Okay. Listen, only thing, that was one thing. Now that I really look back at it, there was only one thing I probably was like disappointed at. And that's not even Vegeta getting beat. It's probably like the excuse they made for the Namekians. That really didn't make a lot of sense to me. The way the Dragon Ball was able to keep their life spirit or something like that. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. But I kind of just like ignored that. The thing I loved the most was the moment between Goku and Piccolo. When they just sitting there, that reminded me of when Goku was fighting Kid Buu in Super Saiyan 3, and Vegeta was standing on the rock, and Vegeta just admitted, like, yo, you the best. Yeah.
You go.
That moment between Piccolo and Goku reminded me of that Goku just getting that fire back under him, like, it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch up. You know what I'm saying? I won't be behind for long. All of that, I'm like, yo, this fucking works. And so, and this one shit started. You kind of realize, like, oh, okay, I guess we gonna do it this chapter. When Vegeta stood over him and had his hand, I said, what the fuck have I seen this before? First thing I thought back to, Resurrection F. Nope,
Oh,
Resurrection F.
Resurrection F, yeah.
I'm just like, what's gonna happen? And here's the thing that I cannot deny at how smart this was. The fact that 7-3, I had completely and totally forgot about him. And Morrow pulls up on him. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude's still alive. Morrow's finna absorb him. And he did. Not only that, you got 7-3's abilities. 7-3 also has some Morrow's energy still stored away. It was the perfect trump card for what happened. And that's why I was just kind of like, I'm not even mad. And another thing that I noticed was when Vegeta hit the ground, Goku said, hey, Vegeta, are you okay? Vegeta never responded. So the chapter ends with us seeing Morrow's new form, which I actually like it. I think it's really cool. And we see Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, 17 to 18, all standing up to go at it. And we don't see Vegeta. There's no way Vegeta is just down for the count. I think they are going to fight Morrow and really lose. And Vegeta's going to come back. I don't think that couldn't have been the only technique he learned. Because to me, that just feels like that would have never been enough for Vegeta. Like, who are you going to fight other than, well, granted, a few people he's fought. I mean, yeah, like I said, Cell. Like I said, it would have worked on Boo, but it wouldn't have been beneficial to use it on Boo. I'm like, there has to be more. So that's my only thing. Huh?
You think they're finna give him the Goku? Because I feel like Goku has this thing of showing up at the right time and saving the day. Do you think Vegeta's gonna finally get that moment where like,
yes.
He thought that you're battling, it looks lost. Vegeta wakes up or gets up and it's like, that's not all I got. You think that's about to happen?
Yeah, Vegeta definitely win it. Also, here's my thing. Vegeta technique should still work. I get that what's not an actual thing, but like,
It works, life force only is what he said. So you can separate maybe that's it. So as far as you know, since he absorbed 7-3 and 7-3 is not a life force, is not a living being. He's a robot. I think that's how it was explained.
True, and I had some people come in and say the same thing, but I think more or less he took Vegeta out pretty quick because he knew Vegeta that could hurt him. So I don't know. Even if Vegeta defeats him at his strongest, that'll be better. But I definitely think Vegeta's gonna pull out something. Will it be a new form? Maybe not. Will I want it to be? Maybe will I? I would love to see, like, fuck it, just for the hell of it, give me Super Saiyan 4. Like, make Super Saiyan 4 canon. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's gonna happen yet, but I
don't think it's gonna happen either. But like, I think there has to be. I just feel like when Goku showed up, there was excitement because it's Goku. But I think the anticipation for Vegeta to show up was so high that if Akira decides that Goku is the person that finishes off Morrow, I don't think it would be received well. I really, because a lot of people other than me was pissed off about like.
To be fair, Goku really hasn't. Who has Goku really finished off besides Golden, Frieza, and Kid Buu?
And Frieza.
He didn't finish off Frieza. Trunks finished him off. He won the fight, but Frieza lived.
Frieza was dead. Like,
yeah, he finished off.
King Kong.
He found him and put him back. Like, he finished off Frieza. Like, I'm okay. Like, he finished.
And off. I also caught Jiren. Like, granted that was a team effort. Well,
the team wouldn't have got to that point without Goku.
I agree. No, I agree. But that's why I think, again, more is going to be a team effort as well. I just feel like Super's starting to go more towards that.
I do not think it should be. You have to. You can't say this is it's Sasuke all over. You can't say, hey, this guy is one of the leaders of the show, but nobody ever takes Vegeta serious. Man, they
they'll never give him a dub. I got you.
They was posting after this chapter. I don't think I see was people posting. Oh, the number one thing they said was, I can't believe y'all actually thought Akira was gonna give Vegeta a real dub, and they just showed all the moments through Vegeta's history, and you just kind of like, this is a bad ass resume. It just looks terrible. Every single one. It's just like a raccoon, Frieza, when he got shot by Frieza, when he got whooped by
18.
Cell,
18.
Kid Buu, 18. That's the one that I always show. Like, it's like, how are you supposed to take this character serious? And I think if they don't give it to him, that's bad, right? And Akira's not the greatest writer anyway, but that would be just bad to me.
I would see it more as consistent with his writing style. But I'm not trying to hit on him or anything, but the way I'm looking at it is like this. The reason I say I feel like it's going more towards a team effort between Goku and Vegeta is because, and this happened again it's happened in the anime. It didn't really happen in the manga, but it had Goku, Super Saiyan Kaioken, and Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and Vegeta with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, right? Fighting Jiren, having this whole kind of buddy thing going on. I mean, to me, it just makes it seem like, and then again, the fight against Black and Zamasu, like it was a team thing. I feel like they're starting to emphasize a lot more of their teamwork and how they actually work.
Yeah.
And same thing against Broly as well. And that's been emphasized by Whis as well. So that's why I think, like, Whis even stated, if these two work together, there's no one they can't beat. I think they're going to emphasize that more in Super.
Fuck that. We need a single dub for Vegeta. You can do that later. I need him to have a solo victory first.
But I'm sitting here thinking about it. If you really think about it, the only time Goku prepared or was in a position where Vegeta was stronger than him and he needed to work to get to that point, he didn't know who Vegeta was. And it was a saying after he defeated Raditz, and they said stronger Saiyans are coming. That was the only time Goku trained to get stronger and still wasn't enough to do the job. Trained to get stronger than Vegeta. Because every other time, right, we go through it in the
opposite's true.
In the Frieza saga, right? Goku shows up, he's the hero. He's still stronger than Vegeta, although he had to treat Super Saiyan, right? Even in the Android saga, right? Like Goku and Vegeta were on the same level as Super Saiyans, right? Goku just had the heart box, whatever the case may be, right? Vegeta in the Cell saga, Vegeta finds the super form, and Goku's like, I already know about that. That's not enough to beat Cell, but you go have fun with that, right? And then we get to the Majin Buu saga, and Vegeta's like, I'm gonna take this Majin power and I'm gonna do the damn thing. And we see Goku and Vegeta fight, and then Vegeta gets a dub. He knocks Goku out, and then we see some Goku. Right? Goku and Vegeta's like, man, fuck you. Like, why do you know what I mean? It's this Goku's never really had to even like they gave him Super Saiyan guy. Goku like figures out blue, and it's like Vegeta's like, well, I can do blue too. And Goku's like, KO can, bitch. Like all these different things. And the more I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I kind of do want Vegeta to come out with a new form that Goku hasn't. Because as a Goku fan, ain't nothing gonna push that motherfucker more than Vegeta surpassing him. Because it has not been that way, truly, since they met for the first time in the Saiyan saga.
You don't want Goku to become Saitama. Listen, I love One Punch Man, but like at the same time, like you need your person to strive to for something else. You know what I'm saying? And Whis and Beerus are not aligned. So you need the competition around them to be good. And if it's not, it gets stale. It gets very stale.
I agree. So I think as much as like it would irritate me a bit, like I do think we need Vegeta not only to like surpass Goku, like Vegeta to do something and Goku be like, what in the hell is that? Like, how did you do that? I need Goku to have a crying on the moon, I can't do this shit.
Yeah.
I need Goku to have one of those moments, like to get that fire, that passion back. Not this, I just want to be the strongest guy. Let me fight all the strongest people. Like I need, like, and I'll be honest with you, seeing Goku get trashed in Ultra Instinct was
he got his ass whooped.
Shocking. I'm trying to think of an ass whooping. Like we ain't seen Goku take too many ass whoopings like that. Like
it was like the one against Broly in the first movie.
Yeah, but even then, it was like I think we kind of like low-key knew regular Super Saiyan couldn't take Broly.
Oh, you talking about when he powered up, he still got that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We ain't seen him right.
So, because let's be honest, when you guys saw Goku go Ultra Instinct, what is it called? What is that form of Ultra Instinct?
Ultra Instinct Sign.
So when you saw Goku go Ultra Instinct Sign, even though it wasn't mastered, you thought, okay, this might gonna be good, right?
You're right, because when Goku showed with a new damn form, it's usually spell trouble for the other guy.
Right. No games are gonna be played. Goku has master, like he's able to go into this form. Like this isn't a fluke like last time. Like he went into this form. It's like, all right, Moro, you finna get it. Did not happen. Like wasn't even close. We've never seen Goku get whooped like that. I do think it's time like Vegeta has an ace up his sleeve.
No, I agree with that. And I wasn't gonna say this, like with Goku's with Sign. The reason I didn't see Goku Sign winning, one, obviously, because Vegeta was training the entire time. I'm like, there's no way Goku's gonna get the win before he gets here. But two, Sign really hasn't he technically beat Keflo with it ish, but I don't really see that as an ace up the sleeve. I don't see Ultra Instinct as an ace up the sleeve. I see that as a last ditch resort, and Goku's trying to master that. So I see that I see Ultra Instinct as a very double-edged sword. I very, very much see it as once he masters it, yes, he'll be do this and that, but there's still going to be repercussions at the end, like Kaioken. Kaioken has issues with his body.
We say that, but it's like, if I'm not mistaken, don't some of the angels or all the angels, like, haven't they mastered, like, Ultra Instinct, like, that fighting technique?
Yeah, I think so.
So what happens when an angel fights an angel?
Shit just go on forever.
Yep.
So I don't feel like master.
But no. Because Master Ultra Instinct and Jiren went at it for a minute, too. Goku just happened to be stronger, but they went at it for a minute.
But don't forget, Jiren wasn't really landing any hits on Mastered Ultra Instinct. Goku was completely dominant.
He wasn't getting no hits.
He was dominant, but like he landed a few. He wasn't completely granted. Master Ultra Instinct was definitely stronger than Jiren, but it wasn't like Jiren didn't land any hits at all.
So the hits are also landing were like the hits a block. Or hits or something.
I think the thing with Master Ultra Instinct is it's kind of like Super Saiyan 3. Like it definitely seems to take a toll on the body.
Hey, did you not see what happened to Goku? He couldn't even finish the fight. It has the worst backdrop.
Ultra Instinct may become that. Like Goku can do it, but it's not going to be for very long.
No, so that's my thing. Like I feel like if we do end up making it to where he masters this form without him having another transformation, which is why I still believe Broly's going to come back in the mix. So anyway, I think he's going to have this as a last ditch resort once he masters it, but he can't always use it. He can't always bring it out. Which Vegeta now is, even though he can't necessarily use that, he's going to have a new transformation, Blue Evolution. He has a new way to power up, which is why I still believe that green aura we saw in the Broly movie should come back into play with Goku and Vegeta to bring a new form.
Hell no.
I would like it.
Would y'all be mad if Vegeta teleports to get Broly to beat Moro?
I'd be cool with it. I want Broly to come back. I'd be cool with it. I'm not gonna lie.
Because Broly showed up to this fight. I'm gonna let y'all know. I want y'all to know I love Vegeta. I absolutely love Vegeta. He's my favorite character and everything. But I'm gonna have to be on the side of Broly get it done for this one, dog. I'm sorry.
I'll be cool with that. And that will get him involved in the story. I love that. I love the fact that he actually comes in.
Hey, I fucking love Broly, bro.
I mean, because I think it's one of the if Goku for whatever reason, like, let's say Vegeta's, I don't know. I'm just thinking like it would be an interesting way to bring Broly in because it's like Moro is powerful, but it took Blue Gogeta.
Yep.
Big boy down. Like,
and this motherfucker was going, this motherfucker still would get stronger. Now if Gogeta would have toyed with Broly probably would have kept it like Gogeta was like, we can't play with you. We're gonna go Super Saiyan real quick. Just show you how it look, just so we get a couple snapshots. We're gonna immediately go to Blue and whoop your ass, boy.
Right. They knew they couldn't play with him. So I think Broly, this may be controversial, but I think Broly can take Moro.
I think Broly can take Jiren.
I have no doubts in my mind.
I think Broly can take Jiren.
Yeah, I do too. I always told people that. Like,
yeah, that's not a question. Like, is that a question? That's a statement.
Bro.
So anyway,
we gotta get to some other stuff.
Yeah,
we is two subjects here, you guys. We is only two.
We've already spent an hour.
Shit, we spent like an hour and a half already. Did everybody watch Tower of God? Because how far did you get in Tower of God?
Oh, I literally have 3 more episodes.
Oh my God!
I can't state my statement.
Yeah, we gotta wait on that. We gonna have to hold off on Tower of God next week because Fred, you and I both know exactly what the first thing we want to talk about.
Listen,
That-
I do want to say this.
I have 2 words.
This show irritates
Why is that?
because I feel like in the first couple episodes, I was like, okay, this isn't my type of anime because y'all know me. I need end of the world, apocalyptic shit or whatever the case.
Yeah.
But okay, first episode, I was like, okay, the whole test, it got me. And then I'm like, I'm watching this little weakling go through this test. I'm like, that's why I hit y'all up. I was like, how the fuck did Rachel get through this shit? And then, no spoilers, but I see, oh, she didn't, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know where this thing is going in my next 3 episodes, but it better be fucking good.
It's good.
I like it. It's really good. Now, one thing I do want to mention about this before we move on. I know why you like it, Moses. I know why you like it so much. It reminds you of the fucking Hunter exams.
I swear I never thought about that, Fred. I'm gonna be honest. It that as you say it definitely gives those vibes, but I never like made that connection. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a good example.
Going on?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Boys season 2. We're gonna talk about those 2 clips, but I don't know if both of y'all know this. They doing the release for the Boys a little bit different this time. They gonna release the first 3 episodes, and the next 5 are gonna come out weekly after that. How y'all feel about that? Yeah, I do it.
Because I'm gonna go first because I'm a hypocrite. Like I'm a huge hypocrite because I'm always like, I want you to release all the episodes. I'm gonna watch it on my time because I never watch it when it comes out. Like you can release there are very few shows I binge all the way through. I think Ozark is like the most recent show. Like I don't remember which one of y'all said Ozarks was great. I watched Ozarks is amazing. I'll watch Ozarks all the way through.
By the way, season 4 gonna be the last season, and it's gonna have more episodes. Just want to put that out.
I did see that. But for the Boys, you can't set a precedent, right? Like when Game of Thrones, I had a ritual with Game of Thrones that I did not watch an episode. The last season of Game of Thrones was the first season. I watched the episodes weekly as they came out. Prior to that, I waited till it finished and then binged it because the first season of Game of Thrones I saw was binged. I'm not. If it's a streaming service, I'm not a fan of the weekly episode. If it's like a television station, TV, the 8 Fox, whatever the case may be, okay, whatever, I get it. Like you have it, but Amazon doesn't have that. So like, don't give me this stuff, weekly, whatever. And I think a lot. I've heard rumors Netflix may start doing it, and I think the reason is because like signups, they need more people to sign up. So if you stagger this stuff out longer, people say signed up for long instead of doing a free trial and watching it. Because I used to do that with Game of Thrones. I would sign up for HBO once a year and watch it and then cancel it. I wouldn't keep it. You know what I mean? So with Amazon, it's different, right? If they stagger that stuff out, I already have Amazon. I don't think I'm not canceling Amazon, but I do be able to watch it on my own time.
But they already, this is going to be the first show they do that with. Because I watched Upload, that was a show that came out this year, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Jack Ryan, Carnival Row. I watched a few shows on Amazon, and none of the other shows they did that with. So I'm like, why y'all starting to do this now? Like,
it's signups. Money.
It's a show that probably have some longevity, right? Because most streaming shows have 3-4 seasons. They don't go very long. And I think it's because they release them all at once. And like, you need that revenue like coming in, especially since there's no ads, right? There's no commercials. So I think going to a weekly thing is like, all right, we can get more people in who've never heard of the show, want to watch the show, and we can make them stay if we drag this out over 5 or 6 weeks, right? Like they get past that free month trial and we get that money. Is probably, I would guess, one of the most viewed, if not one of the most viewed shows on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So this is my thing. Like I don't mind watching anime on a weekly basis. Like Tower of God was one of the few exceptions I have a list of certain shows that I want to watch as they're coming out, and I have a list of certain shows I'm going to wait till they're done so I can binge them, because I feel like for me to be 100% invested in it, I have to binge it. Tower of God being one of them. I know I wouldn't have been as invested if I watched it weekly.
Same.
Just going. So that's just I know me. I know me. TV shows, 40 minutes or longer. I honestly don't like to watch them. I don't like to watch them weekly. I prefer to binge them if I could, but I don't like to binge them if I don't have to. Like example, right now I'm binging Doom Patrol. Cool, whatever. I'm gonna save my comments for later, for a later video. But what I want to say is, I do enjoy binging this more, but I do enjoy watching it when I have that free time, not having to be at a certain spot when I have to watch it. But I do like, hey, it's dinner. Why not? Let's choose this instead of this. Because right now I'm currently rewatching Naruto. I am watching Doom Patrol. I am watching Supergirl. I am watching like 5 different shows that are, you could say, more than an hour's worth. They're very entertaining to me. So I like to have that option to watch it, family-ish, me and my wife, or watch it on my lunch break or when I get extra time. That's why I usually like to watch shows. Now, when it comes to certain anime, like the ones that are coming back this next week, I like catching them as they come out. Fire Force, the reason I enjoyed it so much because I binge watched, I want to say it was the first 5 episodes. I think that's about right. I got 5 episodes in from the first season, and that's what caught my attention enough for me to actually watch it weekly. But I know I should have waited till the end. Same thing with Demon Slayer. I didn't catch it week by week. I like it more when I binge watch it together because it's something about the certain shows that don't grab my attention from the trailer. I know I need to give them that binge moment.
I'll add this as well. For me, if a show is released all at once, it's a lot easier for me to dodge. But when you're doing weekly episodes, I now gotta dodge weekly reviews of this shit on YouTube and Reddit. Like when you release it all at once, people typically don't do an episode by episode review. They'll just review the season because it's released all at once and talk about the show as a whole. But when you start doing this stuff weekly on a streaming platform, this is just my personal preference. Now I'm gonna have to dodge 5 weeks worth of episodes. Or I may not even watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys. I'll just wait till it's all out and then watch it. Because that way I just have to dodge it all now. Like for me, that standpoint, the weekly stuff, it's a lot harder to dodge because people start reviewing. Everybody does. You do it, like you know, you these episodes. It's a lot harder to dodge. And there are certain shows, like I'm probably out of the 3 of us, I don't mind spoilers the most. There are very few shows I watch that I don't mind spoilers. Like Dragon Ball Z, don't want any spoilers. Game of Thrones, I want any spoilers. And The Boys has hit that tier for me to where like I don't want any spoilers. So like being released weekly, now I have to put not interested or hide this or whatever the case may be in my feed. And
I agree with that.
Because I don't want
going off how they're set right now though. Actually, I didn't make any comment about how the Boys have 3 episodes and then they have it going. I actually do like that because it gives me the option of how can I say this? It gives the option to either or. Either or, am I going to watch it or am I just going to wait since there's already 3 out? That means I don't have to wait as long. I don't have to wait, if it was 10 episodes, I don't have to wait 10 weeks. I only have to wait 7. I can wait and binge them all later. Or it gives you more flexibility in the choice. So I do like that they have it like that. But for me anyway, I usually always do that anyway. I always wait a few episodes, binge those episodes, see if it catches my interest and pick up the rest or not.
Is this upcoming season 8 episodes?
Yeah. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I want everything at once. But since both of y'all saw the trailer, or like the first 3 minutes of season 3, I would talk about that. But I just really want to talk about what y'all think season 2 is going to like consist of, because we know what season 1 ended off, and I personally,
I have no clue.
How do you know from that trailer? From if you take the Stormfront trailer, take that out. The I guess the real trailer or the actual trailer,
the teaser, yeah. Trailer.
If you don't tell me that that's about the boys, I have no idea that's about the boys.
Actually, I love the guy, the guy with the glasses who's calling the shots. I loved him in Breaking Bad. He was Gus. Great character in Breaking Bad. So I love the fact that he's in The Boys. Just giving a shout out to the guy. I forgot his name.
I have no idea where this is going. Like, you can't. It's hard to tell off of those two trailers or clips where, because you're right. Like, we know we're in. I have no idea where it's going. Like, even seeing the Stormfront thing, I'm like, well, he killed old girl who was in charge of them at the end. Now we got old dude who seems like he's in charge of them. Like, and then we got a new girl, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. There's a couple things. I don't even know how Butcher is still alive. Like, after season, okay, we got to see what's happening with legit on here too. But like after season 1, where the season ended with him seeing his wife or his ex-wife and her kid, which is Homelander's kid. Here's my thing: does he kill her? I mean, does Homelander end up killing Butcher? Does did his wife get raped, or did she just like fuck him? Like, I have no idea about anything.
Let's be real. Homelander's not killing Butch. Homelander seems like an asshole. He seems like the type of guy who's going to do what he thinks inflicts the most pain. He killed people because he's like, there's nothing I can do to inflict pain to you. He showed Butch that, knowing that it would crush Butch, right? Showing Butch his wife, and it's like, yeah, that's my kid. I found out that's my kid. So I'm gonna drop you. Let me show you this. And I'm gonna let you live because now you got to live with that. That's the type of asshole Homelander is, and that's the reason I think Butch is still alive. Because killing him would be a lesser punishment for letting him live, knowing that.
Yeah. Also, it's one thing. Apparently, because when I watched the whole watch party and like the interview with the cast, A-Train is still alive, so apparently he's gonna make it out. And Starlight is still a part of the 7, which is gonna be a weird thing considering the fact those two also fought in the last episode. So how is that whole dynamic gonna work?
How does the 7 still exist? I don't get any of it.
We're probably gonna either. Am I still there? Okay, I'm still here. Okay, we're probably either gonna go into a flashback. So I lost power for like a second.
Okay.
So it is. Well, my phone was dying anyway, right? My phone was already dying, and I'm actually plugged it up. Then power surge, boom, gone. Anyway, I think if they're going to go to a little bit of a flashback, or if they are going to continue where they left off, no way. They have to continue from where they left off because what's his face is dead. She's replacing Translucent. Fuck. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, it has to pick up where the first season ended. It has to.
They probably made nice. They probably had to make nice to make everything work out together because they didn't want to give a weakness. That's all I think of. They probably had to make them play nice. Bro, make them forgive them.
Butcher is at his wife's house with his stepson, apparently.
I know. No, Butcher's alive. Butcher basically, because I caught the tone of what you were saying. Well, basically about he's the kind of guy like, your wife wanted me and she got my kid, ha 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 ha, in your face. Because that's definitely the kind of petty guy that Homelander is. I agree.
Yeah, he a piece of shit.
And to my thing is this, like, that's one thing for me personally that I felt that was a thing at the end to where it was kind of like this guy did all this shit for his wife. And at the end, I'm like, that's the biggest Julius Caesar moment I can think of at the moment.
Sweet. So because I think his problem with Soups, like, really came from there.
Exactly.
Does Butcher keep going? Like,
no, he's done. There's no point.
Your wife
it wasn't you. Exactly. It wasn't Homelander. It was his wife. To me, that's the biggest Julius Caesar moment I can think of in TV history.
These hoes ain't shit, bro.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Oh, God. Listen. Got a couple other things we're going to try to knock through. Oh, yeah, we got a couple things that we just can't miss. And the first one is Michael Keaton returning as Batman. What y'all think about this shit show? And I mean, I saw this shit show. shit show. Not because I'm mad that he's coming back. It's just confusing as fuck to me.
Listen. DC needs to stop. You get a cut. We bringing you back. You gotta stop. Like,
Okay.
I saw that news and I was like, wait, what?
At first, I thought it was a troll. To be honest.
I'm like you. I was like, all right, this has got to be one of the worst rumors I've ever heard. And I kept hearing, I was like, wait a minute, this shit's actually true. Like, Keaton is about to come back as Batman. And I'm like, wow, how? What world does this make sense?
Thomas Wayne is the only one I can think of. Thomas Wayne.
No, they are bringing him back as Bruce Wayne. Listen, what's the name is canon? The Batman 1989 and Batman Returns are both canon, and they said he's coming back. Now, this is if he signs on. He's coming back as a Nick Fury type role in Ezra Miller's Flash. Tell me how, please, how we can talk about. We can talk about different timelines, multiverse.
It has to be it. It has to be a multiverse.
Multiverse is the only explanation.
That's the only logical explanation.
No, shit doesn't make sense because this is
yes, it does. Yes, it does. Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths, DC TV show. Ezra Miller was in there. The Flash was in there with another Flash. With all the, it has to be the new Infinite Earths.
He got you on that one.
It has to be. There was a Kevin Conroy Batman. Kevin Conroy being the best animated voice of Bruce Wayne.
He got you on that one.
If now listen.
No, it happened.
That is a great thing that you just said. Now that definitely could be the way they put it all together, in which this Flash, Ezra Miller's Flash, just so happens to be in the same world as Michael Keaton's Batman. It can work like that. Well, you know what? It actually can work like that.
Listen.
But wouldn't that require that the fans have had to have seen the Infinite, what's the name, crossover? Or something?
Yes,
they have to make
yes or no. Yes or no.
To Ben Affleck Batman. So he's
Infinite multiverse.
Warner Brothers listen, I'm fed up with it. Because we got 2 goddamn Batmans and I ain't got 1 Superman.
We got three Batmans. If Michael Keaton comes back, it's 3.
Who's the third?
Ben Affleck.
And then Robert Pattinson.
The Snyder Cut still happening. Don't forget.
Where's my exit button? I'm exiting. We got 3 fucking Batmans. Ain't got 1 Superman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. We got more Batmans. Because if Ezra Miller actually happened in The Flash, and The Flash also showed the Titans also linked to Doom Patrol, there's a Doom Patrol Batman as well. The one, oh my gosh, there's a lot of Batmans. I just realized that. There's a Batman from the Arrowverse.
Are we going to have Wayne as Batman?
Who?
Didn't I see some rumors about Jeffrey Dean Morgan coming back to play Thomas Wayne as Batman in a flashback or something like that?
He gonna play. Yeah, he gonna play Thomas, but I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Martha and Bruce died, and I saw a rumor about Jeffrey.
We have no idea what's happening, and I don't think they do either.
I agree. This Game of Thrones all over again.
You want to bring Michael Keaton back? There's only one way to bring him back, and that's for a Batman Beyond film. That is it.
You said
that could be separated.
There's the multiverse.
There's 3 things: Batman Beyond, multiverse, and there's the Elseworld stories.
Wait a minute. You can't have 2 Bruce Waynes. He can't come back as Bruce Wayne when it's Bruce Wayne.
It happened. It happened in one of the Batman Beyond animated shows, Justice League. Yeah, Bruce Wayne from the past when they're gonna be Bruce Wayne from the future, and that's how they actually had them together.
Right.
So,
Good point.
So again,
I'm confused, man. Listen, the multiverse is confusing for me, and I'm a DC fan. So you think the average moviegoer going to be like?
Yeah,
no, they're not. They're lost. They're not even in the conversation.
Greatest writing in movie history, or the worst?
Or probably the latter.
And with DC, my money is not on the greatest.
Well, I'll say this. Wonder Woman, Aquaman. All I have so far. That actually, the Dark Knight. Well, I don't know if that counts or not, but it doesn't count for DCEU.
Fred. We got a headless Superman. That's our Superman in DCEU right now. He headless. Headless Superman.
Wait, actually, Henry, did you read the article of Henry Cavill actually confessing everything that happened about Superman that just came out? The article just came out today, I think, or yesterday.
All I need.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Is he or is he not going to be Superman? That's all I need.
I didn't read the full article because we started doing this.
He said that there have been he's been laughing at a lot of the rumors. He's like, none of that is necessarily true. Like nobody actually knows the real. He never said anything. He never said whether he is or he isn't. He never said whether he is or isn't. I got a feeling he don't fucking know. He don't fucking
for sure he doesn't.
He might not even know.
It's so frustrating because you have a guy who, not to get off Batman, who wants to play this shit. And they just won't give it. And then it's like, the more I think about it, Zack Snyder cut is fuck up Superman.
You think it is?
I think it is too.
He's not going to be the Superman we got originally. He's not going to be the same guy.
That doesn't mean he's not going to be a good Superman at the end, though. I'll say that much.
Nope. People are not going to like it.
I want to see it. I can't wait to see it.
I want to see it too.
Big Blue Boy Scout, and we got it. That whole Kansas boy, is he bothering you, ma'am? That whole Kansas boy shit. Superman fans wanted that shit. People who aren't Superman fans in the main, like in pop culture, that's the Superman they know. And like, we get bad reviews. When he's different from that, we get bad. And so he ended up being truth. I stand for truth and justice. Like when he says that corny shit, people eat that shit up. And if he's
the
Snyder cut,
but it's accurate.
I can't wait.
It's accurate. It's true to character.
We gonna see. We gonna see you guys.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm excited for Keaton Batman. I mean, I don't
know.
know.
I liked him. I liked the first Batman movie.
I did. Why I'm excited. I feel like in 2 weeks I'll be reading a rumor that one of you guys will be the Black Batman. I don't know what to think anymore. I just
Again, I'm going off of this.
What DC is doing, what Warner Brothers is doing. No, I feel like they sitting at home in this pandemic, just writing anything and everything.
I think what they're doing is they're playing every single side. They're playing every single possibility out there so that they try and make everybody happy. But in results, they're not going to make anybody happy. That's what I feel is happening with Warner Brothers at the moment.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna say nothing until the movie started coming out. Right now.
Again, yeah. Final thoughts on the movie. Go ahead.
Final thoughts on what movie?
No. So you're right. That's my final thoughts on the movie. So
Okay.
Superman.
I don't know.
Superheroes.
You said what?
Superman paved the way for all superheroes.
Okay, he did. I have no argument for that. Listen, I don't know if Cuz care about this that much, but I think Fred might. So they know they're doing a new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey!
And listen, and Johnny Depp isn't coming back, but the new lead is Margot Robbie.
They're actually doing 2, if I'm correct.
Listen. How many? Isn't it like 6 of those movies?
I think so.
5 or 6.
There's 4.
No, there's more than 4.
Disney,
there's the 3. No, there's 5. You're right. 5.
I'm not a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I've seen them. I think this is some of Johnny Depp's best acting. I love him as Captain Jack Sparrow. I don't care for the movies at all, but I think he's great as Jack Sparrow. Disney, why are we doing this?
Well, I got it. So the first thing I want to mention is this: the first Pirates of the Caribbean is the best movie out of all of them. Just saying that they should have ended it with that. Every single one has been increasingly getting worse from the beginning. But if I'm right and what I read, there's going to be 2 Pirates of the Caribbeans. One rebooted with Johnny Depp coming back as Captain Jack Sparrow, and another one with Margot Robbie as a new lead.
Johnny Depp ain't coming back. He got too much controversy right now. He's not coming back. You can forget that.
Disney?
Yeah. For Disney, Fred,
Disney?
He is not coming back.
He's not coming back.
So those are the 2 things that I saw.
That's probably something they put out there just to like have people like, oh, okay. It's
possibly, yes.
back.
No, I agree. It might not be true or not, but basically what I read from Disney anyway, there's gonna be a spinoff with Jack Sparrow rebooting Jack Sparrow. But I'm just saying, how are you gonna reboot him and not put Johnny Depp? So there's talks that it may be Johnny Depp and maybe
Who cares?
someone else. Huh?
Just kill him off screen. Who cares?
So that's where I was gonna go. I think it may be someone else playing Jack Sparrow, not be Johnny Depp. I'm like, but who can fill the role? That's a different controversy.
I wouldn't
But
want that.
I agree. But again, that's a different conversation for the.
But that's why I think it works. Listen, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna watch anything Margot Robbie in. Okay.
No, I agree. I like Pirates. I like Margot Robbie. So I'm down.
But here's my only thing. And this is why I think you kind of could have differentiated the whole thing. I kind of wish instead of they just having one lead, you had two. I kind of wish it was like Margot Robbie and maybe her sister, or Margot Robbie and her brother, somebody else, to where you just don't have this one thing so dependent on this one person. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're
saying.
saying.
You have multiple people, you get less leeway because now you have one person, and that person is solely getting compared to Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, which is one of the best. I think one of his best roles, like we said. But I think you have like two people, Margot Robbie and another person. I think you can do more with that.
Why are we
I get that.
talking about these movie studios?
You said what?
I think we're not talking about the right issue. Warner Brothers is bringing another Batman. Keaton, of all people, an existing Batman. Disney is rebooting Powers of the Caribbean, which had a movie like 3 years ago. Like, why are we rebooting this? They're trying to reset and erase the Disney Star Wars movie. What the fuck? Why are we not talking about what's wrong with these movies?
That's what we didn't talk about.
That's what we need to talk about.
I forgot all about that. Why? You said why what? Why
are we not worried about these movies? Something is wrong in Hollywood right now.
Yes, it's being taken down from the inside because everybody's getting. Anyway, there was a joke. Back to the Future. What was it? Jaws 7? Jaws 8? What was it? Or I can just Fast and Furious 9. My best example I can give you. That's real. Or is it Fast 8? I don't know which one was the latest one.
That is so dumb.
That's
the last one is Fast Furious 8.
Why are we getting a Fast 9? Why does this have 9 movies?
Because they have not went to space yet. We're going to keep going until they go to space.
It comes down to Hollywood is all about money. And we know this. It's business. As long as you keep putting a sticker out there, that's the issue that happened with Star Wars as well. As long as you keep putting the name out there making money, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep going and making these reboots. Spider-Man has been rebooted so many times. I love Spider-Man to death, don't get me wrong.
This is not a reboot. This is the same.
It's been rebooted twice.
What's been rebooted twice?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a reboot. Fast and the Furious is not a reboot.
No, I know, but what I'm getting is if the title makes money, they're going to keep going some form or fashion.
Yeah, and they're making billions. That's what happened with Transformers. That's why we got that terrible movie that Transformers the last night. Because all the movies were making billions. And when a movie finally doesn't make money, like Transformers the last night did, I think it was a failure, even though it made $600 million. Even though you get something like Bumblebee, which was a really good movie, but didn't perform well.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't what I wanted.
What?
You want Optimus, I know. I agree, but
of course we want more Optimus, but at the same time they're gonna be like, I'm kind of tired of these transfers. You wanted fight.
Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw made money.
I needed to see Autobots roll out. I needed to hear that in my life. It ain't Transformers unless I hear it.
It comes down to they're going to make money no matter how they can by keeping a brand alive, keep it going, beating a dead horse, as long as it makes money.
Whatever. I'm not opposed to it. Margot Robbie, who cares? I'll watch it.
I love Pirates. I'm going to watch it, and if they do reboot both, I'll obviously watch both because I'm a Pirates fan.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to watch. I know I'm watching one of Margot
So,
Robbie.
Star Wars, right quick. Since we brought it up, Star Wars?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about Disney. I didn't see the article. Yeah,
I read the full article.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
The article says everything after The Force Awakens will be rebooted. And the source is coming from the guy who not only predicted, what was it called? The Rise of Skywalker? he not only predicted the script, but also predicted other things for Marvel Studios. That apparently,
predicted the script.
Right. I don't
no,
think.
sorry, predicted, leaked. Sorry, leaked.
Okay.
Leaked. I'm sorry, leaked. My bad, I said predicted.
Somebody predict the whole damn script. God damn.
No, they leaked. They leaked what was gonna happen. They leaked what happened with the first movie. What was the first version of Rise of Skywalker by the other director? He leaked that information, and they also leaked some information from other Marvel movies.
That was a completely different script, though.
No, they leaked information about it. Now, they didn't leak the whole script. They leaked information about it. But point being, the guy who's leaking this information is a reliable source because he's leaked other stuff linked to Disney, not just Star Wars stuff.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. And this guy might have got some stuff right. I don't think this is accurate. I don't think that shit happened. Listen.
My question is, why not?
I've seen it happen in Halloween, like I said, Terminator. That shit get rebooted, and that shit kind of worked. And you know, for Halloween, it definitely worked. They erased all the Halloweens, and they took place after the first one, which that shit worked. Terminator, it did its job. You know, it wasn't great, but it was like yeah. But
this is why it works, Moses. This right here. You get to double dip on the Star Wars fans.
But it's too fast, bro. Like that. The other ones had time between it. Fucking Halloween had.
Have you not seen how upset Star Wars,
bro?
But have you not seen how upset Star Wars fans were about this?
No, listen? Think about once how upset Star Wars fans were when the fucking Last Jedi came. And I guarantee you, if people would have loved the Last Jedi, Solo would have done better. The exact same Solo movie that came out. Does not matter. It would have done a lot better. But people were pissed off about that. So you go and you think, okay, we're going to erase these two movies that some people love, and you think you're going to put some other shit in front of them, regardless of how it is. People aren't, they're like, I'm not going, nah, fuck that. They just trying to fuck over us.
No. Who's in charge of the Mandalorian, sorry? And the Avengers?
Favreau
and Feige. I want to say those are the two that are going to be involved. Again, going off the article.
I'm not going to lie. I don't think I care for Feige. If Favreau get control of Star Wars, I may be back in.
So that's what the rumors were. The rumors were that they were going to expand to that.
Favreau made Lion King. Yeah. So it's not act like you can't do no wrong.
Hey,
I don't want to hear that.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
I knew he was going to say that.
What was
I want to say,
Fred, you talk about how mad they were, but you talk about money. The Star Wars movies weren't failures from a money standpoint.
No, they weren't. But that's what I'm getting at. Double dipping.
Like they were not failures. Like
no, I agree. I'm saying double dipping.
Ratings and critic standpoint, yes. Which one? One of them rivaled the Phantom Menace as far as ratings go. Like
Rise of Skywalker. Mm-hmm. There is also. Look at the receipts, the movie receipts. While they weren't failures, the money they made was definitely decreasing. And you think this will be the spark it needs to boost it back up? That's blasphemy. Yeah,
so let me put it this way. Disney kind of like killed a lot of my love for Star Wars. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, you did. You hurt me deeply. You and D&D for Game of Thrones, but that's neither here nor there. As much as I would love a reboot, right? I don't. For me, what I want to see is, listen. They could do the same thing they did. All I want is for you to give Anakin the props he deserved. Because you had her take the Skywalker name like it just belonged to Luke and Leia. They didn't get that just out of nowhere. Luke wasn't the first, right? Like, they didn't get that from Padme. They got that from Anakin. He was the first, the legendary, the OG. Like, I just need you to, like, the ending scene in Rise of Skywalker where she is at Anakin's motherfucking house out there in the desert. And that old lady asks her what her name is, and she looks up, and who does she see? Luke and Leia. If you put Anakin in there, I guarantee you, because there are a lot of fans like me, that changes a lot of their perceptions of that movie. If you throw Anakin holding them as Force Ghost or whatever, that changes a lot of people's perception. Would I like for these movies to be rebooted? Yeah, but what do? Like, you still have Rey. Like, I don't know what you change. Do we do time travel like they've introduced?
Those people don't want to come back for those movies either. Like, it's to me, it's like I say that's ugly. It's just ugly for me.
Let's just leave it alone. Let's just bury it.
Exactly. If you want to do something different. Write a new story. Yours in a galaxy far, far away. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit happening in that damn galaxy, man. There are some crevices that you can dig into and like make a good story. Like them one, I think who was that? What's the guy's name that plays Poe? Fucking what is his name?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. He said, "Yeah, I'll do another Star Wars movie when I need a new house." Like, bro, those people don't want to go back to that, especially not after all this shit is kind of like.
Yeah, they got
you erase everything after Force Awakens. You have to pick up a whole new story, right there. You have to erase that.
So my 2 cents, Disney, give it 30, 35 years, 20 years, reboot it then. Give us a new Hope, a new Revenge of the Sith, a new Rise of Skywalker. Give us 20 years, reboot it for a new generation, and do it then. Other than that,
but my whole thing is like you don't even have to because the galaxy is so big. You don't ever have to.
But you have to have Jedi. That's my thing. You have to have lightsabers. You have to have these conflicts.
That's the problem. Like, I think a lot of people, for me, I'm the same way. I think Star Wars, I want Jedi. You got to give me the lightsabers. I don't want this.
Example: Solo didn't work out. Rogue One worked out, but one of the biggest pushes for Rogue One working out was Vader and the ties to the Empire and what was going on.
Bro, you do not put Vader in that movie. That movie is still great. Vader in there is just like icing on the cake. Okay, that's what they're wanting.
Rogue One is still good. I like Rogue One because how well it ties to A New Hope. Like the Vader scene, he's right, is icing on the cake, but Rogue One is still great for it.
Man, it's
like this. The monk saying, "I am the Force." You have to include the Force in more than one way. Yes, this one didn't have lightsaber, but still.
The monk never used the Force. He never had a lightsaber. He
did use the Force.
I love Star Wars with lightsaber. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm not saying that it is solely. Star Wars isn't solely dependent on that. Okay,
it's one of the most iconic pieces of it, man. It is the weapon. I know it's not. It's solely dependent on the Force.
Okay, well, you can definitely say that.
I need that.
But the lightsabers have to be in there because it's been in there from the beginning. It's iconic. It's tied to it.
Rogue One was great, but we knew what Rogue One was. We knew Rogue One was a prequel to the original trilogy. Like, we knew there wasn't going to be any Jedi in Rogue One. Like we kind of knew that, right? And so, but we knew we had Darth Vader. Darth Vader, he's the guy in Star Wars. So seeing him, even without the lightsaber, like we had scenes of him. Like we knew he was gonna get some Darth Vader. And so, like, I think that adds to why Rogue One was great. It still was just overall great movie. Acting, everybody was great. Rogue One is kind of like the exception. I hated Solo. Solo to me is like the Black Widow movie. Who wants this? Why did we have this? I have no idea.
I just say that shit. I just say that shit.
I don't know why we had this movie. So I'll Solo one time, never watch it again. We'll probably never watch it. Just didn't think it was that great of a movie or whatever.
My thing with Solo, hold on, look. First of all, okay, I'm not going to even get into that. But listen, Solo to me, I didn't hate Solo, but I just thought Solo was okay. I thought Solo was a by the book movie, average movie. I think you would have kept the original directors on it. I think you would have got something special. I think Ron Howard came in and pretty much just said, "Hey, these are like, These other guys were kind of like doing their own thing. Just pretty much do this by the numbers. And that's what my biggest issue with Solo was, because I know what it possibly could have been. Now, the movie is not great, but it's not terrible. And there were no Jedi. The lead wasn't Fred. You often said you really liked that movie too. So don't be on this stuff because
no. We watched it all together. We all watched together. We went to go watch it, and we ate Cece's pizza afterwards. What I liked about the movie was because you bought the gallon for gallon of water for the homeless guy that was there. Huh? Solo. No. What I liked about Solo was
So you telling me right now on camera that you've never said you like Solo?
No, I never said I loved it or liked it. I'm cool with it. Like I said, I believe it's an average movie at best. I'm waiting for him to put it back on. Okay. Let me go back. What I liked about it was the theory that came out of it. I liked the theory, which was disproven, that Rey was going to be Kira and Han's daughter, and what implements they would have added to the entire story of Star Wars at the time.
Fred, if a theory is proven, then it's a fact. It wasn't proven.
No, it's what I'm saying. It does at the time. At the time, it was just a theory. It's been disproven. So that's the part that I like the most about it. Aside from that, I like the I forgot what's his name. The guy who takes Han Solo into his wings, who ends up betraying him at the end.
I
like that actor. And Woody Harrelson. I like Woody Harrelson. And I love the fact that Darth Maul came back. I thought that was going to be something that'd be interesting with Darth Maul, but that was it. Aside from everything else, I still don't like Han Solo that much. I never liked Han Solo that much.
I promise. I swear, dog. Me and you was on the phone on Snapchat, bro, and you told me you really like Solo, bro.
I cannot say I really like The Last Jedi.
Sure, and no, I remember distinctively. Like you said that you really liked that movie, dog.
No, I'm pretty sure it's The Last Jedi. Because I never really loved the Solo.
Jedi, but I remember we talked. You had just got through watching it. You like, man, I really like it. I was just like, really?
Fred. Disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted.
I can't help it. I like The Last Jedi. But as far as Solo, I can't really see. I saw the appeals for the theories. Again, I've never liked Han. I like Chewie more than I like Han. I never liked Han Solo. I've never liked Han Solo.
Wait. You said you like The Last Jedi?
I do like The Last Jedi, yes.
Solo over The Last Jedi.
Solo over The Last Jedi?
Fucking right.
I mean, they both piles of shit. It don't matter which pile of shit you
What I liked about The Last Jedi was Luke, how he actually was this opposite of what he was. How he'd actually been knocked down so far. But anyway, that's a different conversation. I feel like that story would have been fine for his Luke. That's a different conversation.
I damn near don't want to talk Star Wars with y'all ever again, bro.
Yeah, we can't talk Star Wars. It's too tough.
I damn near really don't want to talk Star Wars with y'all.
Star Wars gets us upset. We can't talk Star Wars.
Man.
Okay, so let's just end it at the lightsabers, the iconic.
The only thing in Star Wars we all agree on is Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Mandalorian in general is awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2.
I'll be honest with you. I don't care for the Mandalorian. Like I like the show. I don't care for the character. Like I don't. It doesn't do it.
I don't like his fighting style.
I think because I don't care for the bounty hunters. Like I don't care for I've never been into them.
Well, granted, he's the only one that I've ever seen. Listen, I never like Boba Fett. I never understood the hype.
I mean, I know who they are, Fred. I don't get the allure.
I think I enjoy the Mandalorian much more than them. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
I agree. And it's great in the Mandalorian. It's a great series, but yeah, I think that's the only thing that we all agree on. That is.
Oh my God, we got okay. All right, cool. We got 2 little things we got to just knock out. One of them I'm really kind of happy about. So Charlize Theron got a new movie coming on Netflix next week called The Old Guard, where it's like she plays like this kind of immortal, and like she's kind of like been around for a while. But that's not actually.
Charlize Theron needs to retire. I'm tired of her.
Are you crazy?
Who now?
Mute this nigga, somebody.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Who now?
Okay, I get Charlize Theron. I give you a better. That's just leading up to what I was about to say. So they asked her about if she would come back for a Hancock 2, and she said in a heartbeat. Can we get a Hancock 2, please? Okay.
Are we getting a hand job too?
Listen, that sounded so much different than what you thought. It sounded like, oh, somebody just got a hand job. Can we get one too? Like, you know, like that's, listen.
If you've never seen the movie, that's a joke you won't get.
Yeah, and who, as you watching this and you haven't seen hand job, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So is there a Hancock 2 coming?
We don't know, but I think after she said that, I think it kind of like raised eyebrows, and there's a possibility. To me, I think there's a possibility. I think the doors are opening. I think Will Smith, I think he would probably be down to do it, especially like with this current superhero climate. I don't see why he wouldn't. But I don't know the guy personally.
I don't know, man. Like I know Will Smith goes back to roles and stuff like that, but what will we pick up with Hancock 2? I think everything was kind of resolved. It'd have to be a whole new story. It'd have to be true. Yeah.
It's a comedy. It's at the comedy at the end of the day.
It's not necessarily a superhero movie. It was kind of a comedy. Like I don't.
It was kind of, yeah.
I don't care where they pick up from. Like, just give me another one.
Yeah. Like you got to think too hard on it. But that was just a little something I wanted to sneak in there. Two more things. I know I just said that. But did y'all see the Zack Snyder teaser for the Snyder Cut?
Yes.
Wow. On camera, you guys. We live. We're live right now. And this guy got this list 2 weeks ago. It's only 30 seconds. Okay. So you guys.
I think I did. Oh, yeah.
With Wonder Woman?
I saw that. Where she sees like the dark side, the pave paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
Cave paintings and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, listen, not gonna lie. I think just knowing that, like, oh my, this was actually a thing, got me more excited. Like, I was just like, wow, I can't believe this.
Listen. We've talked about this. I think we can talk about the Snyder Cut all day long. We're talking about this movie having a what's the runtime? Between 4 and 6 hours. What do we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of movie. Like, that's not just. You know what I think, because I think when Joss Whedon's version came out, they removed 45 minutes of stuff. We're not talking about 45 minutes of just like if we're talking 6 hours, we are talking 2 whole other movies. Because we talk about a standard movie 2 hours, we're talking about 2 whole other movies. There's a lot of stuff we could get out of this. So I'm excited and I'm not excited, because I'm excited because we get more Justice League. We get a different. We get to see Zack Snyder's vision, but
we get to see Darkseid live.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
That's what to me. I was like, shit, and Superman has to be there. Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
that's just me.
We ain't gonna get no action scenes.
Who?
You think we're gonna get some action scenes of Darkseid?
Fuck yeah!
Ooh!
You better, like, you don't.
Listen.
You don't drop a bombshell like that and not have something, you know.
Man, you don't.
I've been through a lot. Don't get me up like that.
Like,
don't give me no Superman versus Darkseid. Don't.
Listen.
That's just dope as fuck. I can imagine it.
My question, and this is like, I know we're probably talking about Snyder Cut thing, but what part of Zack Snyder thought that, oh, they gonna let me release this whole fucking movie? like, listen, even if Joss Whedon never would have came on board, like, what part of Zack Snyder thought, hey, they gonna let me release a fucking 6-hour movie?
I'm thinking the part that was like, I made a good trilogy for them.
You could get it on Blu-ray or DVD maybe, but like, that was never hitting theaters. Never.
No, that wasn't hitting theaters.
What? I'm just thinking, like, Zach, you have all of this that's apparently gonna be in this movie. What was your initial thought when you was making this shit?
I think the thought was they said, "Hey, beat Marvel," and that's how he was going to beat Marvel. And he thought that they were probably willing to do anything.
Wasn't it originally supposed to be 2 parts?
Yep, it was supposed to be 2-parters.
So
This was still part one. This was still part one.
You could do a
6 hours is still part one.
3-hour movie. You could do a 2-part, 3-hour. I mean, it would have been a bit much.
No. All that was recorded was still for part one. Part two has not been filmed. If I got the information correct.
It was a fucking film then.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm over stuff. If only part one was recorded, and it's 6 hours, how do you make that? How does that make sense?
So what I was reading an article from the whole thing, how it was released, because they had said that nothing from part two had been recorded or anything. They were going to see when they're going to get done with part one and then start shooting, but everything happened. So as far as I know, part two has not been released or recorded.
Fred,
recorded.
This is what I'm saying though. If this is only one part, and you was initially going to release this in theaters, at a max, it was going to be 3 hours. But knowing Warner Brothers, I mean, probably would be like, hey, they got to cut down some, bro. And like 2:30 to 2:45. You still have another 2.5 hours of footage. So how was this ever going to work?
So for me, again, I'm going off the mindset that at the time, Marvel was big, or still is, obviously. And Warner Brothers were like, we have to beat them, we have to beat them, we have to beat them. We'll do anything for it. Okay, anything? Here's anything. Let's do it. And they were like, okay, you know what? That's going a bit too far. Let's cut it down back. You said anything. That's kind of my mindset of how it went.
Fred, it's still 6 hours. I'm pretty sure like anything, but like at least make it 3 hours? Like 6? That makes no sense. And it's only the first part? Like you mean to tell me this isn't the book like that? That never makes sense. But nonetheless, I'm happy to see everything about the Snyder Cut. I'm ready for the teaser. We have to get a teaser next month. I think we get a new actual trailer next month. For the DC fandom thing.
2020 is not a complete loss. We got the Snyder Cut.
What did it cost?
Listen,
what did it cost?
Listen,
yes.
In 2019, one of the things about 2020 will be getting the Snyder Cut.
I'm quoting it again. What did it cost?
That's how bad 2020 has been,
bro.
What did it cost?
And
you know what? There was a prediction that we would get the Snyder Cut when hell froze over. I think hell froze over, and that's what's happening with 2020.
No, bro, hell got unleashed. It didn't freeze. It didn't.
Yeah, that shit goes.
Here.
Yeah. But here's the last subject for the day. Could be thinking of your question right now. But Zatanna. Apparently there's a Zatanna film in the works, which is going to be different from the Justice League Dark that J.J. Abrams is producing on HBO Max.
Whoa, wait, there's a Justice League Dark coming on HBO Max?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a series.
Wait. Like live action?
Yeah.
Fucking.
No!
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. It's currently like.
Listen.
It's a lot of shit in the work.
Zatanna's great. I'm glad DC is getting more stuff. Like the more DC stuff we have, the more successful.
I love Zatanna.
Be successful, the better. I will not stop until I get Superman back. Every time y'all bring a new DC show, I'm bringing up we still ain't got a Superman.
Don't forget about the Green Lantern that's going to HBO Max too.
Yep.
I'm finna turn this motherfucker off.
Green Lantern Corps is going to be a HBO Max live action DC show.
Oh, don't forget, in the Snyder Cut, they also teased Green Lantern, so he might even be in the Snyder Cut.
Right, I read that bullshit. They trying to get Ryan Reynolds back to do shoots for Green Lantern. What the fuck?
No, you bullshit. Y'all for real. I seen some online, but I didn't think it was serious.
You didn't see that?
I saw it. I don't know if it's true or not. I thought it was a troll.
I don't know if it was a rumor. It seemed like it was like one of those things that's like happening. Like they're trying to like it's in the works. Like it's going to happen. Like I don't know.
Fuck, no. He literally had to kill him in another movie. No.
Okay, I think we crossed the threshold. I think we're done for the day, guys.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
Zatanna. Give me Zatanna.
I love Zatanna. Thumbs up for Zatanna.
Listen, y'all giving me a Green Lantern Corps TV show, Warner Brothers, AT&T, whoever's listening. Please, I'm begging you.
I have a contact.
Get me Superman. Get this man his cape. Like I'm not gonna keep going with y'all. Give us Superman. He wants the job. He seems like a
Wait.
Give him the job. I'm all about Zatanna. Give me Superman.
Lavelle, how long did it take you to get Snyder Cut?
Wait, what do you mean? How long did it take you to Snyder Cut?
How long did it take you to get the Snyder Cut? You were one of the ones who were constantly fighting for it.
That's been what, 3 years?
Keep going. Hit that mark first. They'll give you Superman by that time.
3 years.
You got a few more years.
Almost.
Hold on, wait. Technically, the last time we saw Henry Cavill as Superman was in Justice League, so technically it has been 3 years for it.
Oh, damn. Keep going. We believe in you.
You get Superman next year in the Snyder Cut. In the Snyder Cut.
Listen. The Rock said it, and The Rock gonna get his way. He wants Cavill in the suit in his movie.
We don't care what The Rock wants. Rock better just play Black Adam, man. He over here, I want to fight Superman. Sit your ass down, man.
What did The Rock used to say? It doesn't matter.
That's why somebody tell him, man. Give us a random question, man.
Random question. So this is something I actually thought about. That I thought was funny. I was thinking about the other day. If you guys had to pick one hairstyle from an anime that you had to wear the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, fuck.
So I'm just gonna go and put it out there. Super Saiyan 3, because I don't have to take the eyebrows, just the hairstyle. Super Saiyan 3, rest of my life forever. In that thing.
You want your hair to be that long?
Yes.
No, I can't.
Hold on, is your hair gold or is your hair black?
I said style. I didn't say color. If you said color, you can pick it, but it would stay black.
Okay, I know which one I like. I'm just being honest. So since the quarantine has started, I haven't got a haircut. My hair is insane right now. I can't stand it. I need a haircut. So I'm gonna be completely honest. At first, if it wasn't for this pandemic, I would have probably said like Minato's hairstyle because I like the way it freaking looks. But now that I've gone through this and it has to be an anime character, I have to ask: is it manageable? Is it easy to manage? Not bothersome?
Pick whatever you want.
Fuck it, I'll take Todoroki's. I like the half and half.
So let me say this.
Stop. Oh no, color. Right, just stop. I'm fine with that style. It's simple. It's short. It's not too long. I'm good with that. Todoroki's.
I kind of low key pick styles in my head.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Okay.
Fred, I low key see you with like. Don't hate me for this. Mike Guy's hairstyle.
Oh my gosh.
Dog,
the chili bowl. You know what? I have a picture. Fred, I have a picture of me in the chili bowl haircut as a kid.
Dog, that's kind of how Fredo look right now. Okay, that's kind of how Fredo look right now.
My wife cut his hair. My wife cut his hair because we haven't gone to a barber. Because we haven't had a barber.
That's the star I had. Because for you, the guy from Bleach, is it Kenpachi?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, that fits.
With the
yes.
Bells?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I saw you as like Kenpachi type style. But Fred, you definitely got that Mike Guy look.
Yeah, Fred, you can pull off Mike Guy, dog.
All right, Moses, your go. Your go.
My goal, just because I want my hair taller, but not super tall, but I also still kind of want to spiky, I would probably go Bakugo. I would still want it like tall and spiky, but not too tall.
Okay.
Stay black though. Oh, this was a jam-packed show today.
It was. Now, one thing I gotta say, DBZ made way for the big three.
Superman made way for every superhero.
Immigrants made way for Superman.
Who?
Immigrants.
Get the fuck out of here.
There was a part of me.
Don't say that shit on America Day.
It's true.
There was a part of me wanted to say some more Star Wars shit, but I just said,
We're done.
I ain't gonna do it. Oh, okay, Kel, you can stop recording now.
Give me 1 second. Are we gonna do the top